Hey fam, it's Chelsea. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. I know I probably seem a little bit more serious than I typically do when I start my videos, but I just saw something today and I wanted to address it with you guys, and I wanted to bring it up. And it's not anything that you guys did, but I just kind of want to talk about it, and then I have you guys to talk to. And I think we can all just as a collective learn from it and be a bit better. I just got out the shower, about to go to bed, and I was like, nah, let me make this video. I'm clearly on a roll today because this is my third video that I've made today. So nice. So what I want to talk to you guys about, as you can tell by the caption, or as you can tell by the title, I want to talk to you guys today about why creators, that could be filmmakers, photographers, etc., charge the amount that they do. So as you guys know, I've mentioned in a couple of videos, I'm a birth photographer and a birth videographer. I absolutely love it. Making videos and editing videos is something that I have always loved, and now I actually get to do it as a job, and I get to take pictures and edit those. I love it. And today it was an article about someone, and they were saying is it worth it to get a birth photographer, a birth videographer? And mind you, these things are, they're not essential, they are wants. I can't think of the word that I want to use. They are essentially, they're extras, these aren't something that's necessary. And so with that being said, I want to talk about why we price things the way that we do. So in that article, it talks about how birth photography or videography can be a hefty price. It can be expensive. Depending on where you're from, it could range from $1,300 to almost $3,000. It is expensive, a lot. And I think that more than is, yes, it is pricey, but I think it's an investment, which is why myself and a lot of other people do have payment plans. But I saw someone saying that it's just so expensive, and they don't understand why they should have to pay someone this much money when they can just have their family member recording on their phone, or their family member has a camera. They could do it. They could just record it and they can take pictures. And yeah, they can. But when you do that, you don't have someone that's obligated to you. And when it comes to us, our job is to be there to capture your moment. We know the angles, we know what's going to work best, we know lighting, we know all of that stuff. And not saying that your cousin doesn't, but clearly that's not what they do for a living. For me personally, and I'm pretty sure this is a majority of other birth photographers, we become on call for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, starting at 38 weeks gestation. And that is a large amount of time that we could be doing something else. We can't go out of town, we can't travel, we can't make crazy plans because we don't know if you're going to be giving birth. We put our life on hold because that's our job. When you pay that, you're paying us to be there any time of day. We're talking getting a call at 2 o'clock in the morning saying, okay, by the way, it's time for you to come, I'm in labor. You're not just paying for someone to grab a camera or grab a phone and grab these videos. You're I don't know how to describe it. I think in context of anyone who is a creative and they do some form of film or music or photos, you guys see the 7-minute video that you get at the end. You don't see the 22 hours behind the computer that it takes for us to edit that 7 minutes. So for instance, let's say, so the current video that I'm working on right now, it has been about 17 hours that I have been working on it, and I'm only about 75% done. And that's not even including the time that I was at their house capturing this birth, right? So let's just say by the time I'm 100% done with it, I would say it's gonna have taken me about 24 hours. And then we can add on the 9 hours that I was there at their house with them. So that is 33 hours of my life that has been dedicated to you. Say for instance that I charged, let's be generous here because some people think I should charge $75. Let's say I charge $250. That is $7.57 an hour. That's less than the minimum wage in my state. A lot of time and effort goes into things like this, and I wish people understood that. It's not like I just, oh, I captured this and I toss it in iMovie and then I send it over to you. No, there's going through this, selecting the best clips, editing those clips, color correcting, making sure the sound sounds right, adding any effects, adding titles, all of that goes into it. Like, this isn't just an hour-long process. Like I said, by the time I'm done, I'll probably have spent 24 hours on this video, and that's not even including the photos that I have to edit from the same birth. And I'm not saying this to complain. I'm saying this because I love what I do. I love my job, my career. I love with a passion, and I hope that I get to do it forever and that I can expand like my business. But I'm saying this so that people can realize that, like, this isn't just like, there's hours behind that 7 minutes that you guys get to watch. Like, you don't understand, like, the hours it could potentially even take just to pick a song for you guys to hear during those 7 minutes. Like, there's so much work that goes into this, and I just wish more people were aware of it. So when you're asking for a refund, or you're telling someone that they charge too much, and like, yeah, there's people who might charge like a crazy amount, and I'm like, okay, that's steep. But those people charge what their time is worth. You're not just paying for that 7 minutes. You're paying for the 33 hours that goes into that 7 minutes. You're paying for the years it took for them to even learn that skill to get it to the 7 minute mark. People don't understand, like, with these things, it could be hours worth of footage that you have to condense into 7 minutes at best. Most of the time it's between 3 and 5. I just like want people to be more appreciative of the art and what goes on behind the scenes with this stuff. Like, it is a real thing. It's not like we're just like, oh my god, smile cheese. No, like, cameras cost money, lenses cost money, freaking Lightroom, Photoshop, any editor that you use, it costs money. So when you say things like somebody is too expensive or they should only charge $200, you're telling them that their time, their life is not worth whatever it is that they're charging. Like, for me, I personally am the least expensive person you will find in Las Vegas. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I've seen some of the other people's work and it looks like they took it on a phone. So when you pay my price, you're not only just paying for that, you're paying for the hours of dedication, because I'm not just going to give you something and it not be good. Like, you're paying for the literal hours, the amount of times that I've cried behind the video because I feel like there's something that I just couldn't get right, or it's just taking so long. You are paying for the 33 hours that I sit at my computer making sure that you get top-notch quality, money-worthy, time-worthy footage and photos, and something that you can share with your friends and family, something that you can look back on for a lifetime. When you invest in birth or any form of film or photography, you're investing in an experience. You're investing in a memory that's gonna last you decades, lifetimes, that generations can look back on and watch. And I know, like, people are like, that is so dramatic, but like, no, it's not. Like, I hope that like my grandkids get to see like their mom, the video of their mom being born, or the video of my wedding. Like, I want that because that is important to me. Like, not everyone values things like that, and that's fine. But even if you don't, like, don't devalue the time and effort that someone puts into something just because you don't deem it worthy of the price that it costs. These are investments. These are luxuries. That's the word I was looking for earlier. You aren't entitled to having someone take pictures or film your birth and be there at the crack of dawn. Like this previous birth, I was there from 8 p.m. to almost 5 o'clock in the morning. That's a luxury, a privilege. That's not something you're entitled to. So yeah, I am going to charge a good amount of money for that because I'm not going to sleep. The reality is that we have lives. Like, at some point I'm gonna, be in a relationship, and I'm gonna be eventually married. Like, I'm gonna have a family. So that's gonna be 10 hours a day that I'm not spending with my significant other or my spouse or even my siblings or my parents. Like, that's just time that I get to take away. Like, if I wanted to make $7.50 an hour, I don't even know where I would go to work because every other place is paying more than that. I love what I do, and I consider it to be an honor and a privilege, and I'm pretty sure every other person in the same industry feels the exact same way. And it is just really rude when people make comments like, oh, well, like, anybody can take the pictures. Like, my cousin could just bring his phone and his camera. Like, is your cousin going to spend 24 hours editing it? People are going to be like, it shouldn't take that long. Okay, you produced a hour-long worth of footage into 10 minutes, color correct it, edit all the clips, make sure all of the effects are right, make sure the sound's good, make sure you have a good song to go along with it, and then tell me that, like, your cousin's gonna do that for you. No, they're not. Because, like, why would they? And, like, unless they really, really care for you and they're also in the industry doing it as a favor. Like, this is people's real lives and their real finances. We have bills that we have to pay, and we also have real lives. Like, I have a whole other job, like, outside of this that I do. Like, when I'm not editing, I'm doing that job. I was like, it's just a lot that goes into that, and I want people to understand and be more appreciative of that. And that goes for, honestly, any job, but I just can't relate to any other job. But I'm sure, like, they feel the same way. Freaking plumbers, like, they spend hours. Of course they're gonna charge a lot, and then they have to pay for school, all of that stuff. So just please be, like, respectful to people, like, I know this probably kind of turned into, like, a mini rant. I didn't want that to happen, but I just want to, like, get the point across that, like, this stuff is not easy. By the time I'm finished of these 33 hours worth of hard work, this video will probably be like 10 minutes. And the reason it's even that long is because I know the person, I really like them, and I want them to have all of the memories because I love them and I want them to have that. But so I'm keeping it a little bit longer, but traditionally, like, it would be about 7 minutes. That would be even more work to cut down. I was like, births are absolutely beautiful, but they're also very tiring. I just wanted to, like, discuss that with you, and now my battery's flashing, so I'm gonna go. But I hope you guys can hear my heart behind everything that I'm saying. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.